Alright guys, today we're going to be doing chicken tinola. As you see, all the ingredients are here. There'll be a full list in the comments, of course, as always. Let's get started. So we're going to start with our Instant Pot in the off position. And we're going to come down here and press the Saute button. And we're going to do more. And we're just going to wait until this indicator says hot. Right here. The on is just telling you that it's accepting. And as always, we're going to open the lid. When we do, you're going to hear that noise. That tells us that the lid is in the open position, and then you can just lift it off. And if you don't know, there are little hinges here on either side of our Instant Pot. That's there so that we can hang our lid. While we're waiting, we're gonna go ahead and put some extra virgin olive oil on our pan. Because the first thing we're gonna do is saute our onions and garlic. Okay, as you see, the indicator now reads hot. And we got a little bit of smoke going, so we're going to add our 3 ingredients here, which is red onion, ginger, and garlic. And we're just gonna toast these, we're gonna cook these until they're soft. Give it a quick stir. I know a lot of people have the impulse to stir and stir and stir, but the Instant Pot is not really made that way. You want to just let it sit and get some color on the onions. Not too much color though, just a little bit of color. So maybe about 5 minutes we'll be back, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. Come back, there's a bit of color everywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out, and we're going to saute our chicken now. Alright, once you've gotten everything out, we're going to add our chicken. And this is chicken thighs with the bone in and the skin on. We're going to place the skin down first. When you're sauteing chicken, that's the sound you should hear when you put it in your pan. It should be a sizzle. And we'll be back in about 8 minutes. Well, we'll be back in 4 minutes so I can show you what the side looks like when it's forward. Okay, it's been 4 minutes. Let's check it and see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. Very nice. That's what you want to see when you brown chicken. And one of the ways to get that color is by just leaving it alone and letting it saute. So we'll give it another 4 minutes, and then we're going to add our onions and garlic, mix it back to the pan, and then add our chicken stock. Okay, it's been another 4 minutes. We're going to go ahead and just check the bottom. As you see, there's some good color there as well. Very nice color on this chicken. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the onion mixture back to this pan. And after that, we are going to add our chicken stock. onions are going in. Distribute them evenly as you can, as evenly as you can. And that's it, it's looking very nice. Now we have, I think I actually forgot to mention this in the beginning, we have 4 cups of chicken stock. I don't think I'm going to use all 4. Maybe I will actually. Alright, give the bottom a little scrub. Get some of those burnt pieces that we created by properly browning our chicken off the bottom. Alright, it's looking good. And now we're gonna wait for this to come to a boil, this mixture here. And then once it comes to a boil, we are going to close our lid and cook it on manual pressure for no more than 10 minutes. I say no more because if you do any more, it will be more like chicken that's pulled chicken or shredded chicken, and we don't want that. We still want some shape to our chicken thighs. We still want some firmness. So I'm gonna do 10 minutes. I don't suggest you do any more than 10 minutes. So once this comes to a boil, I'll show you what that looks like, and then we will continue from there. Alright guys, so as you see, we got a good boil going on in our tinola. So now we're immediately going to come down here to our cancel function, and as you see, it's going to tell us it's off. The very next thing we're going to do is go to our manual function here, and we're going to adjust our time. I don't believe that we need 15 minutes. As I stated earlier, 10 would be the max for this, unless you're looking for like a shredded chicken type of situation. Next, as I always do, we're gonna come up here. That beep is just telling us that it registers that we want to use the manual function on our Instant Pots. We're gonna close our lid. You see by closing our lid, there's a groove there. We're gonna set it in, and there's also a sound. That sound tells us that we put it in the correct position, and then another sound to let us know that our Instant Pot is now closed. The last thing we have to do is up here to our ceiling vent. As you see right now, it states that it is on venting. We're just going to move it over to ceiling as it states there, and we're going to let our Instant Pot come to pressure. It takes a while sometimes, especially if you're using a cool or a warmer liquid to pressure cook with. That's why I asked everybody to bring it to a boil first. It will be slightly faster. I can't really tell you how long this takes. It's always different with each dish that you cook. But usually it's about another added 5 to 10 minutes depending on what is actually inside your Instant Pot. So I will try to keep track, and I'll let you know exactly how long it took. I do want to say I just missed the time. As you see, the countdown has started. To come to pressure, actually, because we boiled the liquid first, it took no more than 3 minutes. So just keep that in mind when you are you're using the Instant Pot. It does help if you boil the liquid first, if you can. All right, we have 1 minute left on our Instant Pot, and once this tells us we are finished, we're going to go ahead and do a quick release, solely for the reason that we still have to add some ingredients, and we're going to go ahead and close the lid and re-cook the ingredients for 1 more minute. So there you go, it's telling me it's done. And I always do this with you guys just to let you know it's safe. You don't have to be scared. Right now our valve is on venting. We're just gonna go ahead and turn it over to sealing. There's gonna be a lot of loud noise as always. You could just take a step back after you move it from sealing to venting. There you go. You see? All right. Now if we look, we can see that our safety pin right there, ooh, got a little foggy. Our safety pin right there dropped down. That tells us that it's now safe to open. And just to let you know how long it took 2 minutes. That tells us it's 2 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and hit our cancel button down here. That'll tell us it's off. Another thing I always tell you guys is when you open the lid, you're always gonna open it away from you. There is still steam inside this pot. And the steam is hot. So don't just lift it up like this. You wanna lift it up like it's on a hinge. So to demonstrate that for you, see all the steam that came out of there? That's the thing that could hurt you. As you see, that's what our chicken tinola looks like so far. Our chicken pieces, oh, got a little foggy again. As you see, our chicken pieces are still whole pieces of chicken. All right, they're not falling apart. They're about to, but they're not quite yet. So that's where we want it to be. We'll just give everything a little stir. Now this is a crucial part that you guys have to do, all right? And this is crucial for everything. You have to taste your food. All right, guys. And this definitely needs a little bit of this here. My fancy black pepper mill. I know it's probably not traditional, but I do like my food a bit peppery. And then we're gonna go ahead and give it a pinch of salt. All right. Same thing as before. We're gonna come down here to manual. And we're gonna change our time to 1 minute. That's it. Just 1 minute, guys. As you see, we have our beautiful kale here. And this is chayote. It doesn't need long to cook. Neither of these ingredients need a long time. So just right inside. Be careful not to splash yourself. Also, I wanted to say that I know tinola normally has a different set of greens. I believe malunggay and some chili leaves or spinach. All I had was kale, so that's what we're using today. Also, I feel like kale has a bit more of a bite to it. So I kind of prefer the kale. I definitely prefer the kale over spinach. Let me just say that. Alright. Just make sure everything is submerged in our cooking liquid. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to recover. Again, same way. Put it to the correct position. We're going to turn our knob from venting back to sealing, and then when it's ready, our pin will push up telling us that it's sealed. And then in just 1 minute, our tinola should be ready, guys. Hopefully. We will see. So finally it came up to pressure. I will admit it took a bit longer this time. I'd say closer to 5 minutes to come back to pressure. And then obviously this is just 1 minute, and then we're going to do another quick release and we will be finished. See you then. It's that quick. Now we're finished. And we're gonna do the same thing as before. We're gonna go ahead and come up here and we're gonna change our knob from sealing to venting. Alright, there you go, our pin drop. And again, from start to finish with that, it was another 2 minutes. So go ahead down here, turn your Instant Pot off, and then we're going to open it. That tells us that it's ready to open, and always open away, guys, always. We'll see why. Check it out, lots of steam. Lots of steam there. Giving everything a stir. You see, our chicken is still chicken. Alright, everything looks nice and finished. So when I come back, this will be plated for you. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is chicken tinola. This could be called chicken tinola or Tinolang Manok, is the Filipino pronunciation. It's chicken that's been cooked in a ginger broth with either chayote or green papaya, and as you can see, it's loaded with garlic. It's got a great flavor. It's really great soup for any time, but it's especially good for when you're not feeling well. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video. I'm working on that, and I hope to do better. I'm really interested in knowing how everybody else makes this. I know there's a bunch of different ways, as I always like to say in my videos. Please tell me how you make your chicken tinola, what you do differently. I'd love to know. Thank you all for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope to be making videos on a more consistent basis now. If you have any constructive criticism, you're more than welcome to give them to me. And thank you very much. Kain po tayo!